From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Poorman here.
Poorman?
Tri-State Life and Casualty. I'm the branch office manager down here.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Poorman, but the answer is no.
Well, this is an arson case, Dollar, and we're already having to make one payoff on
I'm
it.
sorry, but it'll have to wait. I'm going to get as far away from this New England winter as I can.
Well, for that, I don't blame you, but there's no reason you shouldn't come
Look,
down.
I've had a rough year of it. I'm tired, and I'm cold. And unless I can get down to where the warm, balmy breezes waft in...
Dollar, I have got to have you on this case. There's a lot at stake. Now, my office is down here...
No, sir, I'm sorry. You
down
see...
here in Sarasota.
I just can't do it, Mr. Poorman. I've already made a plane reservation for Sarasota, Florida. And this is one time I'm going to... Where did you say your branch office is?
Sarasota, Florida.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the burning car matter. Expense account item 1, which I'd thought I was going to have to absorb myself. $129, transportation and incidentals to Sarasota, Florida. It was nearly 5 p.m. when I got there, so instead of checking into a hotel, I taxied, that's item 2, $1 even. I taxied to Earl Poorman's office in the Conroy building. He turned out to be a tall, lanky, easygoing fellow with clear blue eyes and a ready smile.
Sit in an office and talk business this time of day? You're in Florida now, Johnny.
Well, I thought from your call this was a pretty urgent matter, Mr. Poorman.
It is.
Arson, you said.
Yeah, probably, but here's no reason we can't go out to my little shack on the quay and be comfortable while we talk about it. Besides, Michael wants you for dinner.
Mike?
My wife, Gertrude.
Oh.
Come on, my jalopy's right out at the curb. Come on, Johnny.
Poor man was a misnomer for this man because his jalopy turned out to be a spanking new Cadillac, complete with air conditioning and all the fixings. And the shack, anything but. It was on St. Armand's Key across Sarasota Bay from the mainland, a beautiful 2-story concrete and stucco job. The big yard backed on a quiet bayou, and there, tied up at a private dock, was a 24-foot lap-strake speedboat, ideal for fishing the Gulf of Mexico.
After all, as long as you're down here on expense account.
Yeah, but it's charged to your company, remember?
Oh. Hey, there she is at the door.
Huh?
The big, fat, overbearing broad I'm married to.
This was another switch. For Earl's wife, standing in the doorway, was the cutest little trick I'd seen in a long time. Petite, pretty, and blonde, and with eyes that you noticed right away because they were almost green. Eyes that suddenly narrowed as she looked at me. And I wondered why.
Johnny Dollar, did you say?
That's right. Insurance investigator down here to look into those fires.
Oh.
Any objections?
No. No, of course not. Just set your bags here in the hall, Johnny.
All right, thanks.
And wouldn't you like a drink after your long trip?
Yeah, and you can get me one, too.
Scotch, Johnny? Martin's VVO.
Oh, great. With soda, please.
Sit down.
Thanks. I take it Mike isn't too interested in the insurance business, huh?
You know, she used to be a singer, dancer.
Oh, well, this is a little different. But now, tell me all.
Well, actually, I guess we ought to wait until Arnold Carr gets back.
Carr?
Carr Brothers, Lumber Enterprises. Arnold runs the business, and his brother Edward... Well, Ed just shares the profits. Real black sheep of the family, from what I've been able to learn.
Oh?
Anyway, they have yards all over the state. There's one here in Sarasota, one up the coast a ways at Fort Pierce, and still another at Arcadia. That's about 40 miles inland, just east of here. And there was one up in Orlando.
Was?
Completely destroyed by fire a couple of weeks ago. And a $120,000 claim has been filed.
Wow.
That's where Arnold Carr is then, in Orlando, trying to clear things up. Here's your drink.
Oh, thanks.
Here, Earl.
Yeah. Well, to the gods and goddesses and us.
But shouldn't I be up in Orlando then?
Arnold's on his way back here now. He lives here. He just went up there to arrange for clearing off and selling the property.
You mean he's planning to just pocket the money? If Tri-State pays off, I mean.
Looks like it.
But I take it you suspect arson.
Yes, Earl suspects arson, Johnny, and so does Arnold Carr. At least he says he does, but they have no reason.
No? How about the other fires? Or attempted fires?
Oh, where?
At Arcadia, for one, but they got it out in time.
At least that's the way Arnold Carr reported it. The way he
Let
tells
me tell it, Mike.
Oh.
There was another at the yard here in Sarasota. Arnold himself discovered it one night when he was just driving around.
But nothing to indicate it was attempted arson.
No,
Well,
and the authorities up in Orlando found no indication of it there.
Mike, you know as well as I do that a lumberyard fire will obliterate signs of arson better than any other kind of fire in the world.
Yeah, but she has a point, though, Earl. Unless there's some evidence of arson.
Of course.
Yeah, why send for me?
Well, mostly because...
Actually, because Arnold Carr suspects it.
But he's given you no real reason.
None at all.
I think he has a real reason, but he just won't tell us. Wait till you see him. He's going to call when he gets in. We'll run over to his place on Longboat Key.
What about his brother? Edward, did you say?
I've never met him. He's always stayed in Orlando.
I was wondering if he might tell things that Arnold is holding back.
Edward Carr wouldn't know anything.
You can never be too sure. Look, why can't you agree with me for a... that must be Arnie now. Excuse me. Hello.
This is Arnold Carr.
Oh, hi, Arnie. Johnny Dollar arrived, so we'll be... Well, here, I'll let you talk to him. Here, Johnny.
No.
Okay.
No, Earl, listen.
What?
I told you before it was arson. It was arson again tonight.
Tonight?
What's that?
Arcadia just went up in flames. The whole yard.
Good Lord. Did you hear that, Johnny?
Yeah, I heard.
Well, can you prove it was arson tonight in Arcadia and before in Orlando?
I have proof.
Well, Arnie, we'll be over just as fast as...
No.
What?
No. Wait for me there at your home.
Well, but look now.
You mustn't come here. And I mustn't stay here because I...
Now, listen, man. You... Arnie? Well, I guess he's ready to tell us now.
A suspicion began to grow in my mind. A suspicion that Mike apparently shared with me. That Arnold Carr himself might be responsible for the fires. After all, he was the only one who had seemed to know about the two unsuccessful attempts. He himself had planted the idea of arson. He'd lost no time in filing claim for the Orlando burnout. But Earl said I was wrong. Arnold was too honest a man. Earl had also said we were only 15 minutes from Carr's home. So when half an hour passed, we called him back. Got a busy signal. After the fourth try, the three of us took off in Earl's cab. As we pulled into Carr's driveway, we could see him through the picture window, sitting at his desk, telephone in hand, apparently engrossed in a call. Then, as we walked up to the door, I noticed something else. Arnold Carr looked enough like me to be my brother. Maybe that explained Mike's reaction when she first saw me.
Hey, Arnie.
Can't you see? He's on the phone in there.
Well, the least he can do is hear his own doorbell.
Earl, wait. Good Lord.
What's the matter?
Through the window.
Oh, no.
Earl?
Stand back.
Earl, for heaven's sake, what is it?
Couldn't you see from out there?
No, what's wrong? Oh,
Well, Johnny?
Right through the forehead, Earl. Looks like a .38. Before I could stop him, Earl took the phone out of the dead man's hand and called headquarters. Mike turned pale and slumped into a chair. And I gave the place a quick rundown, checked doors, windows, etc. A few minutes later, an officious young sergeant named Larkin arrived and took over.
38 caliber straight through the middle of the forehead. Were all three of you here when it happened? Mr. Foreman, Mrs. Foreman, and who are you?
The answer to your first question, Sergeant, no, none of us was here. And this is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
Hiya.
You insurance guys work pretty fast. You related to Mr. Carr?
No, why?
Look a little like him. Who busted in the front door? The killer?
I did. When we drove up, we saw Mr. Carr sitting there at his desk. We rang the doorbell and knocked, but...
And when he didn't move, you took things in your own hands and busted in, huh?
That's right.
You haven't moved anything, have you?
No.
Except I took the phone out of his hand to call you.
Dollar, if you're any kind of investigator, you should have known better than let him touch anything. Now, let's see. The shot must have come from somewhere near this window by the fire. Ah, sure, here we are. Bullet hole right through the pane. Bullet was fired from outside.
You're sure, Sergeant?
Sure, I'm sure. Look for yourself. You call yourself an investigator? Hey, Cummings, Woolway, check the area around that window beside the chimney out there for footprints. Maybe an empty cartridge case. Now, you folks get out of here so I can call Doc Hanley over and get on with my investigation. And no, Dollar, I don't need any of your help.
Well, thank you, Sergeant.
Your job is fires, not... Hey, where did Mrs. Poorman go?
Out to the car.
Why? Who told her she could leave?
Who told her she had to sit here looking at a corpse?
All right, Dollar, all right. Just be sure the three of you stick around town in case I decide to question you further.
Oh, of course, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Not shot by somebody standing outside? What do you mean, Johnny?
Oh, I spotted that bullet hole in the window, too.
So?
I also noticed there were no particles of glass on the inside sill.
But there were some on the outside.
Yeah. The shot that made that hole was fired from inside that room to make it look as though it had come from outside.
Then somebody was in there with Arnold Carr.
Yeah. Either somebody he let in or who had normal access to the house. And he had to stop Arnold from talking about the fire in Arcadia. Hey, how much do you know about his brother, Edward?
Nothing, really, outside of what Arnold told me.
Was either of them married? Family of any sort?
Arnie wasn't, but I...
Arnold's death means Edward will own the business then.
Well, yes.
And he lives up in Orlando, scene of the first big fire.
Yes, very good heavens. Johnny, you don't think his own brother...
Where can I rent a car?
Take Mike's Chevy. It's in the carport at the house. But what are you going to do?
Drive up to Orlando by way of Arcadia. When I got to Arcadia, only a few people were standing around the remains of the fire. One hose company was still working on it, and a couple of police were poking about in the embers. Walking toward it, I almost stumbled over a little old man sitting alone in the darkness beside a palm tree, hunched over, his head in his hands, sobbing. He didn't even look up when I stopped beside him.
It's like losing part of my own life, it is.
You lost someone in the fire, sir?
No, son. Only part of my life. I helped build up that yard. Me and Mr. Arnie.
Arnold Carr.
All along, he's been worried about it. And last week, when him and me smelled smoke and come over here and put out the barrel of trash that was smoldering, he knew.
Knew what? That somebody was trying to burn him out?
That's why he stopped by tonight on his way home. That's why we drove over here, him and me. And I brought my gun just in case. Yeah. Well, we got here too late. It was already blazing. And when he seen the automobile pulling away...
What auto?
Yes, Frank, he said to me. I knowed he was the one trying to burn me out, he said.
Who, old-timer? Who do you mean?
He didn't say. Then he called the fire department. And
That car that pulled away, what was it?
just a auto, big white Buick.
But he tied it in with whoever set the fire.
All he said was, I knowed he was the one.
Do you know who it was he meant?
Well, he told me even if I did know, I should never tell. Even the police.
Well, who do you think it was?
Break my word to Mr. Arnie? Never, son.
All right, look, old man, I'm sorry to have to tell you this. Mr. Arnie's dead.
What? But he can't be. He was... You.
Huh?
Maybe you thought in the darkness I wouldn't know you. But I do know you.
Oh, now, just a minute,
If
old-timer.
Mr. Arnie's dead, it's because you killed him.
What?
Just like you set the fires.
No, I'm not who you
and
think I
I'll
am.
kill you. That's what I'll do.
Put down that gun.
I'll kill you.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. Back in the old days, the very old days, that is, a girl named Cassandra had a corner on the oracle market. But nowadays, you can do some foretelling yourself. On Jukebox Jury, for example, you can help decide which of Tin Pan Alley's new recordings are destined for the hit brackets and which ones are likely to spiral all the way down to oblivion. Remember, Jukebox Jury is yours to hear on most of these same stations every Sunday. Now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the burning car matter.
Expense account, item 3, $5.15, gas for the borrowed Chevy to keep me going to Orlando. Either the old man's eyesight was bad or he was just a lousy shot. Either way, it was okay by me. I hated to slap him down, but there was no point hanging around Arcadia trying to explain things to the local authorities. So after making sure I hadn't really hurt him, I appropriated his gun and took off fast. He'd thought I was someone else. Even I had noticed a family-type resemblance to myself in Arnold Carr. Sergeant Larkin had asked me if I was related to him. And now the old man at the fire had apparently thought I was the one who... Oh, well, I'm afraid I made the rest of the trip to Orlando in somewhat less than legal time. And at police headquarters, I barged into the office of Lieutenant Cal Hudson without bothering to be announced.
So early in the morning? Sit down while I finish up a report, Mr. Carr.
Thanks.
I was trying to reach you, but we got no answer to the phone at your house.
Well, that's very interesting, Lieutenant.
I'm afraid I have the painful duty of notifying you that your brother Arnold down in Sarasota last night... Why did you say very interesting, Mr. Carr? Or had you already learned... I'll be doggone.
Yeah. You're not the first one.
Who are you?
Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
I can't believe it. Dollar, you look enough like Edward Carr to be his twin. You even sound a lot like him.
I take it you haven't located Edward yet?
Well, no.
Lieutenant, I think Edward Carr is the firebug we're after. And the killer.
Wait a minute.
Briefly as possible, I told him of Arnold Carr's phone call to Earl Poorman. His emotional upset just before he was killed. I told him Arnold had been murdered by someone inside the house, someone close to him. And that everything indicated that someone could very well be Edward Carr.
That's still all just theory, Dollar, without any proof. Well, I will admit that Edward is a pretty worthless playboy living off the profits of the lumberyard.
In any event, the lieutenant promised to put out an APB on Edward Carr. That was at breakfast for the two of us, item 4, $3.25. Before I left him, he gave me Ed Carr's address, 1726 Allen Place. As I expected, there was no answer to the doorbell at 1726, so I tried visiting up the street. It quickly became clear that Ed Carr wasn't very popular in this otherwise quiet, well-ordered neighborhood.
Those big, noisy parties at all hours of the night, cars parked up and down the street, blocking respectable people's driveways.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, once in a while you expect a person to have callers and such. Me, I have the ladies' bridge club every third Wednesday, for instance.
Well, that's nice.
But these are all ladies, not like some of the trash that man and his friends have, dancing and drinking and carrying on at all hours.
Yes, you mentioned cars, Mrs.
You
Harper.
know, people like Mrs. Hereford Robbins. She's awfully nice. And Janet Osterworthy. Now, she's a widow.
Well,
and, you know, she could have her pick of anybody she liked, but does she ever look at another man? No, sir. And then there's
Mrs. Harper.
Yes?
You mentioned cars. Do you know what kind Mr. Carr drove?
Why, yes. It was a big white one.
And the make?
Well, no. My husband, when he was alive, always drove a Maxwell, and I guess that's the only kind I ever got to know by name. But Mr. Carr's is white. Only I guess that isn't much help to you, is it? All the white cars here in Florida, I mean.
Look.
Now, even that blonde hussy who's around him all the time drives a white car. Oh, I really shouldn't use a word like that, though, should I? But it fits.
Wait a minute. What blonde, Mrs. Harper?
Mr. Dollar, I don't pay any attention to people like that. Why, you'd think she owned that house of his, the way she keeps popping in and out all hours as if she belonged there.
Mrs. Harper.
And drives all the way up from Sarasota, too.
Do you know who she is?
I do not. I refuse to pay any attention to people like... And the way she dresses, too, like a newly rich chorus girl with all her fancy clothes and furs and things.
How do you know she comes from Sarasota?
By the license on her car, of course. Every city has its own number. You know that very well. And hers is 12WW something.
And you don't know her name?
Of course not. Flaunting all those expensive furs as though she bought and paid for them herself. And if there's anything I hate to see, it's a little shrimp loaded down with furs. Now, a tall person
I
like
see.
me... And
Well,
her
thanks.
eyes... Oh, if there's anyone I don't trust, it's a person with green eyes. Well,
Thank you, Mrs. Harper. Her description of Carr's girlfriend stopped me in my tracks. That description could fit Mike Poorman to the letter. Petite, blonde, green eyes, and she came from Sarasota. And then I remembered Mike's reaction when she first saw me. Her dismissal of Edward as a possible suspect. There was obvious friction between Earl and Mike, too. I figured it was just normal in a couple who'd been married for a while. But now... Item 5, a $1.30 phone call from the nearest booth I could find to Earl Poorman at his office in Sarasota.
No, she isn't, Johnny. Why?
Well, do you know where Mike is?
When I woke up this morning, I could hear her talking to her girlfriend, Betty, on the phone downstairs.
Betty?
Betty lives here in Sarasota. They used to be on the stage together, sister act, you know.
Yeah, well,
Well, then when I went down for breakfast, she was gone. Took my car, too. I had to come here to the office in a taxi.
Yeah, well, okay, Earl. Thanks a lot.
Hey, now, wait a minute. How are you doing? You found out anything I ought to know about this arson and murder business?
No, Earl. Nothing that you need to worry about. Liar. I sat down at a corner drugstore. That's item 5, 80 cents, over a sandwich and a Coke to try to think things out. But I'm afraid I didn't like anything that I thought. Finally, I drove over to Allen Place again. I parked a couple of blocks away and walked to 1726. I rang the front doorbell, knocked a couple of times. Then I slipped around to the back door, finagled a lock on it with a little celluloid pocket calendar, finally got it open. I left it open for the sake of a quick exit if such became necessary. But I guess that was a mistake. For a couple of minutes later, as I rounded the corner from the den into the living room, I felt the barrel of a gun poked into my back.
Out of town, huh, Ed?
Now, wait a minute.
Don't move, Eddie boy. Trying to stall off pay me the $5,000 by saying you're going to be out of town, huh?
Okay, so you think I'm Edward Carr?
You kidding? Don't you know what happens when somebody tries to stall me?
This... I don't know exactly how long I was out, but when I came to, it was dark. Except for the glow from a streetlight outside. And what roused me was the sound of footsteps, feminine steps, cautiously entering the back door. Then, briefly, silhouetted against a window, I saw a trim, petite figure that was all too familiar coming toward me. Then she saw me, too.
Oh, darling, you're hurt. What happened?
What do you think?
Who did this? Who struck you?
You don't know?
Yes, of course. It was Tony. Because you didn't pay him soon enough for the Arcadia job. Here, Eddie, let me help you.
No, just let me rest for a minute.
I thought that was Tony I passed on the road in from Sarasota.
Why'd you come over from Sarasota?
To see you. I knew you'd be here.
Oh, why?
Why, so the police could surprise you with the news of your poor dear brother's death. But why did you come to the house?
Because I hoped you'd come here, I guess.
Eddie, you should have waited until I could raise the money to pay off Tony.
You mean for killing Arnold, too?
Of course. No. Are you trying to say you didn't kill Arnold? But I saw you from outside in the Buick.
You'd swear to that, wouldn't you?
I don't know what to... Eddie, you sound like you don't trust me. We're in this thing together.
Yeah, you sure of that?
What are you talking about?
Whose idea was it to knock off Arnold?
But you had to. When he saw you at Arcadia, he knew that you were having the yards burned up.
That's the way you figured it from the beginning, wasn't it?
Now, look, baby.
First burn up the lumber yards and collect the insurance on them. Then convince me that you and I should have it all by putting Arnold out of the way.
But you had to kill Arnold. I don't understand you, Eddie.
Yeah. And I wish I didn't understand you, Mike.
Mike?
Come on. Let's turn on the light.
No. No, if somebody sees us. Eddie, you... Who are you?
Are you kidding, Mike? Wait a minute. Who are you?
You're that insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar, that Mike told me. Let me out of here.
Oh, no, you don't. You're staying right here. Mike Poorman's sister, aren't you? Well?
Oh, sister. So we once did a sister act before she married that Poorman guy. Now, let me go.
Not by a long shot.
You may as well, Dollar.
What?
Eddie.
Don't move, Dollar. Get his gun, Betty. Get it.
Yeah, sure. Here, Ed.
Good.
Ed Carr, huh?
That's right. And you know we do look alike, you and me.
Yeah, sure. Enough for Betty here to have told me all I need to know.
Don't believe him, Eddie. He's lying.
I heard,
No,
baby.
Eddie, I thought it was you. Don't you see?
Sure. Why'd you come up here anyway?
Because Mike told me that Dollar was coming up here.
You been shooting off your mouth to her, too?
She knew about us. She thought you might have something to do with the fire. She was my friend. She was trying to get me out of this whole mess, and I wish I'd listened to her.
Well, it's too late now, baby.
Eddie, what are you going to do?
Now I gotta get rid of both of
No!
them. And figure some way to shut up Tony's mouth.
Ed, please!
You know you'd never get away with it, Carr.
Oh, no, I'll call him. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, Betty, and he'll come here to get his money. Then I'll call the police, see? Tell him to come right away. Tell him I found out about you having Tony start the fire.
What?
That's right, that you had him burn up the yard so there'd be even more money for you to bleed from me, like all the dough you got from me already.
You're crazy, Ed.
I'll tell the police to meet me here. And when they come in, it'll just be in time to see me kill Tony in self-defense. After getting here too late to save you, I'll tell them.
You're out of your mind. They'll check that gun of yours so fast.
And that'll prove it. Because the only shot out of my gun will be the one that gets Tony. This gun of yours is the one that's going to knock you two off. And they'll think it's Tony's.
Oh, Eddie, please, you're drunk or you're crazy.
Crazy to save my own life, to keep you and Tony and Dollar from putting a noose around my neck?
If you think that harebrained scheme of yours will ever work, you're off your rocker.
It's got to work, because it's my only chance, so it's going to work now.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
I'm afraid I was too late to save her, Johnny.
Yeah. But Eddie Carr lived to face a jury. What brought you here, anyhow?
I did, Johnny.
Mike, stay there. Stay right here, Mike.
I know. I don't want to see it. She was my friend.
Where's Earl?
I came alone. When I talked to Betty this morning, I knew your suspicions about Ed were right because, you see, I knew Betty and Ed were going together. Earl didn't know.
Yeah. Maybe you better call him. Expense account item 6, $9.80, gas and incidentals for the drive for the two of us back to Sarasota. Remarks? Betty, of course, has already paid for her part in the deal, and I guess it's pretty obvious what'll happen to Ed Carr and Tony Ricardo. The insurance money in the Carr estates will be distributed according to Florida law. Further remarks? The apparent friction between Earl and Mike was only part of a normal married life. They're a pretty nice pair. Oh, and I thoroughly enjoyed 3 days of fishing in the Gulf, thanks to Earl. Expense account total, including all the incidentals I could think of, $385.26. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. You don't have to be an efficiency expert to figure out that it's easier to lend your support to several worthwhile fundraising campaigns all at once than it would be helping one campaign at a time. That kind of efficiency is yours to enjoy through the United Community Campaigns. CBS Radio hopes that when the United Community Campaigns are underway in your town, that you'll remember how much good you can accomplish with one gesture of support. Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a case with a real twist. One that I think will just about tear your heart out. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Parley Bear, Victor Perrin, Bob Bruce, Harry Bartell, Vivi Janis, Tony Barrett, and Junius Matthews. Musical supervision is by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Dan Cubberly speaking.
Here, transcribed, is another in NBC's great parade of new shows. And now, Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. If you happen to wake up some morning and spot something walking in front of your house and it looks like Santa Claus with jaundice, don't turn the hose on him. He's not on fire. He's just wearing the newest thing in men's fashions. They call it the bold look. And it's supposed to be the masculine answer to Dior's new look for women. It's an answer, all right. Like walking up to your best girlfriend and slicing her down the middle with a broadsword. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, just close your eyes and try and picture yourself in the bold look. Imagine walking down Fifth Avenue, very casual, decked out in a new, bright purple, non-shrinking suit, pastel shirt, yellow maybe, hand-painted tie, and argyle socks. Got it? What do you think? Pretty bad. About the only thing I can think of that's more gruesome is that little murder I got mixed up in last week. It started in a house out on Long Island. A guy named Harry Baker was getting involved with his private secretary.
Here are the papers you wanted, Mr. Baker.
Oh, thank you, Connie. What time is Mrs. Baker going shopping?
She didn't say. This afternoon sometime.
Where is she now?
In her room.
Come here, Connie.
Harry, no. Supposing she comes down.
I didn't see you last night. I missed you.
I got hold of the man you wanted. His name's Nat Fox. He wants $500 for the job.
Oh?
Well, what's the matter? That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
Connie, I had a lot of time to think last night.
And?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is the thing to do.
You don't know? Oh, Harry, we've gone through this a dozen times, and I won't go through it again. If you haven't got the backbone...
Oh, my dear, you know it's not that.
No, I do not. I'm sick and tired of living this way. Not being able to be seen with you, watching you being pushed around by that old shrew. Oh, I'm not going through the whole thing again.
Please, Connie, can't we wait for a while? My wife's well past 60. Sooner or later...
And in the meantime, you live off the skimpy little allowance she doles out to you. No, Harry, no. I want us to live like two normal people. And if you're going to start changing your mind just when it looks like we can have all these things, I'm through.
Now, Connie, wait a minute.
No. If you want me, then you've got to go through with it. Well?
You know I want you. I love you more than anything in the whole world.
And get that old biddy out of the way, or I promise you, you'll never see me again.
All right.
Oh, don't look so worried, darling. Nothing's going to go wrong. I already fixed it with this Nat Fox. He'll be in the department store the same time as your wife. Oh, Harry, think of the wonderful life we can have. All that money's going to be ours. We can go to Europe and live the way we should.
Yes, I don't know. I'm a little worried about this Nat Fox.
Oh.
I'll give him the $500, but if he finds out what happened, he'll be in a good position to blackmail us.
Don't you worry about Mr. Fox. He's my affair. You just leave everything to me.
Well. Hello, Otis.
What do you want, Diamond?
I thought I'd drop in and see the lieutenant. Aren't you glad?
You want me to make you feel good, or do you want the horrible truth?
The truth, Otis. I'll steel myself.
You turn my stomach.
I couldn't without a bulldozer.
Very funny.
When are you going to go on a diet, Sergeant?
Eh?
You're beginning to look like Dumbo with a goiter. Hello, Walt.
Oh, no. Who's dead this time?
No, don't be silly. I just came down to talk to see how you were.
I don't believe it. Say something without corpse in it.
Your smile is like the first dawn of an Indian summer.
You said Indian.
So what?
If you said it, he's dead.
All right. If that's the way you feel about it, goodbye and good luck.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Stop being an idiot.
That's all right, Walt. I understand.
Now, come back here. You know very well I'm glad to see you.
Now, you think just because I come down to see you, I've gotten mixed up in some kind of a murder. Oh, a fine friend.
Now, you stop acting like that. You're a worse ham than Otis.
That did it. I'll never send you a good dead body again.
Is that a promise?
Is what a promise?
That you'll never send me a good dead body again.
Oh, want me to break the law, huh? Hold out police evidence.
Of course not. You know I was only kidding.
Just like the police force, making fun of a corpse.
I have never made fun of a corpse.
So that's what's the matter.
What?
Too serious. That's what's ruining your stomach.
Oh, now stop that. You know what's wrong with my stomach. I've been working too hard, that's all.
So the next time I find a corpse, you'll want to take a vacation. This precinct is more corrupt than I thought.
What do you mean, corrupt?
Just what I said. I find you a corpse and you won't even look at it. You want to go on a vacation.
I don't want to go on a vacation. I'll look at the corpse.
What corpse?
The one you wanted me to look at.
There you go, acting like I've gotten mixed up in another killing. Trying to make it look like the corpse is mine.
What?
Well, it's not my corpse.
It isn't?
No.
Well, whose is it?
Well, you know. You tried to frame me with it.
I did not. Don't you try to shove that body off on me. Yeah, what is it? Oh, hello, Helen. It's for you, Rick.
Thanks. Hi, baby. Hold it a minute. Walt, you better do something about that body.
Oh, yeah. Otis, put in the general alarm. Diamond's found another killing.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Walt, it's your killing, remember?
Oh, yeah. Forget about the general alarm, Otis. I've got... Oh, Diamond.
Sure, Helen. I'll meet you at the store.
Oh.
Sure. I love you. Bye.
Oh.
Walt. What a funny look. You're all red. Walt, you're turning blue. Well, I got to go shopping with Helen. I hope you find the body. Bye.
Lieutenant, I'm still waiting.
Sergeant.
Yeah, Lieutenant?
Shut up.
I don't know why I do that to Walt, but I always get such a kick out of tying him up in knots. When he takes the bait, he goes for it hook, line, and sinker. It's a good thing Helen called and asked me to go shopping with her, or he might have blown a fuse. I don't generally like the idea of shopping, but she said it was Francis's birthday, and any kind of an afternoon with Helen could always work its way into a wonderful evening.
What do you think I ought to get him, Rick?
I'll get him some shirts or something. Hey, look at these.
Rick, get away from that counter.
What's the matter? My hips too big?
Oh,
I wonder if these come in baby blue.
Rick, now stop that. People are looking.
Is there something I can do for you? You seem to be interested in the lingerie. Is there something I can show you?
Oh, I'm looking for something for a birthday.
Oh, well, then may I suggest a nightgown, perhaps? We have some lovely numbers.
This is for a butler.
A butler?
Yes.
Oh, then you were thinking of getting something for the lady, too.
No. Just seeing whether the baby blue went with my eyes.
Well, really?
Oh, come on, Helen.
Rick, she must think you're crazy.
5 minutes more, and there wouldn't have been the slightest doubt. This is fun.
Rick. That woman.
What woman?
The elderly one over there with the mink stove.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw her put a box of stockings in her purse without anyone seeing her.
You saw her?
Yes, but the clerk didn't. And she left the counter without paying.
I know.
You know?
Oh, sure. I spotted her 5 minutes ago. Not a very good shoplifter.
That's stealing. Shouldn't we tell the manager or something?
Oh, the store detectives are sure to have her spotted.
Why don't they arrest her?
Point of law, baby. They can't put the arm on her until she steps out of the store. Now, look. She's going out the front door. Just watch.
She's out. She's just standing there on the sidewalk.
Oh, that's funny. They must have spotted her. She was too careless.
Look, that big car is pulling up and she's getting in. They're driving off.
Well, maybe the store dicks were looking out the window.
Well, I'm going to tell that clerk. I remember her description.
Oh, now,
Clerk!
Yes? Oh, did your husband decide that they did go with his baby blue eyes?
He's not my husband, and that's not why I called you.
She thinks yellow goes with my complexion better.
Oh, yes.
Now, stop it, Rick. That woman who was just at your counter.
Which one? We've only had about 600 this morning.
Now, don't be flip with me. The elderly woman who was just here looking at the stockings. The one with the beautiful mink stove.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Then you noticed her.
Of course. That was Mrs. Baker, one of our best customers.
Well, Mrs. Baker is a shoplifter.
Oh, you must be mistaken.
I tell you, I saw her steal some stockings.
I tell you, you are mistaken.
Oh, now, look. I was going to stay out of this, but what Miss Asher says is true. I saw her, too.
Miss Asher?
Yes.
Oh, you have an account with us, don't you, Miss Asher?
Until you started telling me I was mistaken about that woman.
Oh, just one moment. Oh, Mr. Pennywig! Mr. Pennywig.
What are you doing?
I'm calling the manager.
The manager?
Yes, Miss Asher. I would prefer to have him explain it to you.
Yes, Miss Phillips. What is it?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. Don't ever put Miss Phillips in the toy department. She's so nearsighted, she's liable to think the electric train is the 8th Avenue subway and climb on it at 5 o'clock.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Pennywig, this is Miss Helen Asher.
Oh, how do you do, Miss Asher? I heard a lot about you.
You're going to hear a lot more.
Oh, is something wrong?
Yes.
Yes, something is wrong. Miss Asher here spotted a woman stealing some stockings, and when she reported it to your clerk here, she said she was crazy. I saw it, too.
Is this true, Miss Phillips?
Yes, sir. It was Mrs. Lillian Baker.
Oh.
I was just trying to do the store a favor, but since you don't seem to think that the customer means anything around here, I'll see that my account is closed out.
Oh, now, just one moment, Miss Asher. May I talk with you in private?
I don't see why. Come on, baby. I know a joint on Broadway where we can get things without the lip that goes with it. Come on.
Oh, please, Miss Asher. It's about the shoplifter, Mrs. Lillian Baker.
You can tell me right here.
I must rely on your integrity to keep this a secret. You see, we know that Mrs. Baker stole those stockings. She steals something nearly every day.
What?
She's very wealthy, very eccentric, and very much a kleptomaniac.
Oh.
Her husband handles all her affairs, and he's instructed us to watch her and send him the bills for the goods she steals.
Oh.
Well, can't you break her of the habit? Her husband must lock his pants in the family vault every night.
She's under a doctor's care, and he advises letting her continue, but without her knowing that anyone else has found out her secret. She's quite old, you see, and her husband assures us that discovery might be very disastrous.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm very sorry. I didn't know.
Well, I'm not. This pixie behind all the unmentionables can get a person steamed up enough to cause a minor explosion.
I was just doing my duty, sir.
Mr. Pennywig. Mr. Pennywig.
Now what?
Yes, what is it?
Oh, Mr. Pennywig, we've had a jewel robbery.
What?
Yes, sir. 3 of our most priceless gems are missing.
Oh, dear. Mrs. Baker?
I don't know, sir. We watch her very closely when she's looking at jewelry. But 5 minutes after she'd gone, we discovered the loss.
Was it of any consequence?
Was it? $300,000 worth.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute. Who else was in the jewelry department?
Oh, several people. I'm so upset.
Take a look over there.
Where?
Over there. The man in the wide pinstripe near the linen counter.
Excuse me, I've got to go call Mr. Baker.
Now, wait a minute.
Yes?
Maybe Mrs. Baker didn't lift those rocks. That man over there, was he in the jewelry department?
Why, come to think of it, yes.
Oh. Now, wait here.
Rick!
Hello, Nat.
Hey, what are you doing?
Now, take it easy. I just want to see what you got in your pockets.
Well, Richard Diamond. You must think you're still on the force.
Someone just lifted some stones out of the jewelry department. You still in the racket?
In a store like this? Are you crazy?
No, but I thought maybe you were. Now, let's see your pockets.
You ain't no cop. Go on and peddle your papers.
You look pretty silly with a broken arm.
Okay, you don't have to get rough. I'm clean.
Now, well, that's better. Now, turn them inside out.
Hey, what's going on here?
Now, meet Nat Fox, one of the better-known jewel thieves.
Yes. He was in the shop about the time Mrs. Baker was.
Oh, I've quit the rackets. I just like to look now and then.
Oh. Well, at least he hasn't got them on him. Oh. What have we here?
Gum wrappers. I like to chew gum.
Well, you chew a lot of it. Better call the law, Mr. Pennywig.
Well, if you say right away.
Go to the devil.
What?
Rick!
He's getting away. Stop him.
Oh, relax. We can always pick him up. I want to take a look at your jewelry department. Nat Fox didn't have the jewels on him, but as he did have a lot of gum wrappers, the first thing I wanted to do was to case everything in the jewelry department. It was an old stunt. The thief chews a lot of gum, palms some jewels, and sticks them in the gum. Then he sticks the gum under something, and the Confederate comes along later and scoops it up. If the thief gets spotted at the scene, he's clean, just like Fox was when I searched him. Well, I looked under everything, on everything, in everything. There was a lot of gum, all right, but no jewels in any of it.
Rick, couldn't someone have picked it up already?
Well, that's the only thing I can come up with, unless this Mrs. Baker really did steal them.
Well, the police will be here in a few minutes.
No, clerk.
Yes, sir?
Can you remember who was in the jewelry department when you discovered the jewels were missing?
Well, this Mr. Fox and Mrs. Baker had already left. But I believe there were several women. Yes, there weren't any men, just several women.
Well, thank you. Come on, Helen. The robbery detail can take it from here.
Well, thank you very much for your help, Mr. Diamond. Oh, where can the police get in touch with you if they want to ask any questions?
They know me. And if you ever need any guidance, just look me up in the book on the private detective. Can't miss it. The one with the biggest ad. Helen and I got out of there just as the prowl cars were pulling up at the curb. I stuck my tongue out at a few old friends and climbed into her king-size convertible. We took a couple of turns around Central Park, and she dropped me off at the 5th Precinct and my dear old buddy, Lieutenant Levinson.
Don't you dear old buddy me. You get out of here.
Temper, temper, temper.
I will not be subjected to any more of your fiendish humor. I won't go through another one of these routines of yours for promotion.
I promise I'll be good.
Oh, no, you don't. That's the most dangerous thing you could say. Yeah, what is it?
Suicide, Lieutenant.
See, look what happens.
It already has happened, Lieutenant. She did it 20 minutes ago.
I wasn't talking to you, Melonhead. Now give me the dope.
You got him.
You shut up.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
Oh, not you, Bird Brain. Let's have the report.
Oh, Mrs. Lillian Baker jumped 3 floors from a balcony. Husband Harry Baker made the report. Port Washington, Long Island.
Thank you, Sergeant.
What, did he say Mrs. Lillian Baker?
Yes, he said Mrs. Lillian Baker. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get out to Long Island.
Well, let's go.
I'll grab my coat. Now, wait a minute. What makes you think you're coming along? And why in blazes are you interested in Mrs. Lillian Baker? If you know something, by heaven, I'll...
Walt, you're turning blue again. Come on, I'll tell you on the way. I briefed Walt on what had happened back at the store when Helen and I saw Mrs. Lillian Baker lift the hosiery. We reached the Baker estate about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and drove up a long circular driveway to the big house. The husband, Mr. Harry Baker, met us at the door.
Oh, please come in, gentlemen.
Thanks.
You'll have to forgive me, gentlemen, but I'm still a little upset. My wife was a sick woman, but I never expected her to do anything like this.
Where's the body?
Out in the garden. Right this way.
Have you any idea why your wife committed suicide, Mr. Baker?
Oh, yes. There's the body. You don't mind if I go back inside, do you?
I want to ask you some questions, then you can. I understand that your wife was a kleptomaniac. Is that right, Mr. Baker?
Why, yes. How did you know?
Mr. Diamond here saw her steal something from the store today.
You mean the jewels?
No, I mean the stockings. Did she steal the jewels?
Why, yes. I found them under her mattress after the store called and told me of the loss. She was a sick woman. She's been stealing things for years, but she didn't think anyone knew about it. I had an arrangement with the stores that I could take care of all the things she took, but those jewels were too much. I had to confront her with the evidence. And she broke down completely when she discovered we knew her secret.
Harry. Oh.
Wow.
This is my private secretary,
Lieutenant Levinson. Richard Diamond.
Oh, Miss Constance Loring, Lieutenant Levinson, Mr. Diamond.
How do you do?
Well, pretty good. I'd like to tell you about it sometime. Don't dead bodies make you a little nervous, Miss Loring?
What?
Miss Loring was here when my wife jumped. She's already gotten over the initial shock.
Oh.
She's been in the library calling some of my firms to tell them I won't be at work for a while.
How long has she been here?
Why, all afternoon she's been taking some dictation.
With her hat on?
Oh, well, you see...
Forget it. Tell me, did your wife jump from that balcony, Mr. Baker?
Yes.
3 floors. About a 4-foot railing around the balcony.
If you think that there's been any foul play, you can check with her doctor. He'll tell you she could easily take her own life if her secret was discovered.
I'd like to talk to him. What's his number?
Evergreen 54469. Dr. Leonard Bischoff.
Thanks. While you're calling him, Rick, I'd like to see those stolen jewels, Mr. Baker.
Certainly. Right this way. Phone's right over there on the stand, Mr. Diamond. Would you open the safe for the Lieutenant, Connie? Mr. Loring?
Dr. Bischoff, please. Richard Diamond. Yes. Hello. Dr. Bischoff, this is Richard Diamond.
Here they are, Lieutenant. Now, you can easily see why I wouldn't, or should I say, couldn't pay for them.
Is the store coming over to pick them up?
No, I told them I would bring them down.
What's this all over them?
Well, I don't
They're all
know.
sticky. Got something all over them. That's probably gum, Walt. Gum? Yeah, the kind you chew. Oh, by the way, Baker, you were right. Dr. Bischoff says your wife was a sick woman, but he didn't think she'd carry it to such extremes.
Well, we never know what we will do under such stress.
No, I guess we never do. Walt, can I use the car for about an hour? It'll take it that long to clean up things around here. Well, you got something? Yeah.
Mr. Diamond, if you think...
I don't think, Mr. Baker. I find out. Oh, Walt, Yeah?
Bye.
I went out fast and climbed in the prowl car. I grabbed the two-way radio and put in a call to Sergeant Otis. He gave me the address I wanted, and 10 minutes later I was rolling up in front of an old brownstone where Nat Fox, the not-so-ex-jewel thief, was now living. I went up and knocked on his door. Well, there was nothing like finding out. Well, what do you know?
Mr. Baker's residence.
Let me speak to Lieutenant Levinson, dear.
He's right here.
Hello.
Walt, I'm over at Nat Fox's place. Now, don't say anything.
Right.
You remember I told you I spotted him right after the theft and shook him down?
Yeah.
Well, he's through giving the police department headaches.
What do you mean?
He can't explain the 2 bullet holes in his head. I called the station and had them send over the wagon, then I took off for the department store. I was sure that Mrs. Baker hadn't jumped, and I was pretty certain that whoever had knocked off Nat Fox was in on the Baker killing.
Oh, hello again, Mr. Diamond. Have you heard we found out who stole those jewels?
Nat Fox?
Why, no, it was Mrs. Baker after all. Mr. Baker called us back and said that he'd found the stones.
Oh, well, that's dandy. Well, I'm going to take your clerk who was in the shop at the time of the robbery.
Take him?
Yes, I want him to identify someone. I'll have him back in about an hour.
Oh, well, I suppose it'll be all right. George?
Yes, sir?
I want you to go along with Mr. Diamond here. He wants you to identify someone. It's official, I guess.
It's official, all right. When you point out a thief and a killer, it's always official.
Rick, what took you so long?
Walt, this is the clerk from the department store where the jewels were stolen.
How are you? What's he here for?
I want him to see if he can identify someone. Oh, where are Baker and his lovely secretary?
In the library.
Come on. Now, look, George, I
Yes,
want
sir?
you to stand outside this door until I call you. Then I want you to come in and see if you've ever seen anyone in the room besides myself and the lieutenant.
I'll do my best, Mr. Diamond.
That's all I want. Come on, Walt.
What are you up to?
Surprise. Well, hello.
Why, hello, Mr. Diamond. Come in.
Thanks. How are you, Connie? I see you've taken off your hat.
You're very observing.
I sure am. Why did you kill your wife, Mr. Baker?
What?
All right, I'll word it a little different. Mr. Baker, why did you kill your wife?
Are you insane?
Everybody asks me that. Maybe I should say a good doctor.
Maybe you should.
Like Dr. Bischoff, maybe?
He's the best in town.
Mr. Diamond, you're being ridiculous. I was with Mr. Baker when his wife jumped.
You shouldn't have said that. Makes you an accessory.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're lying if you try and tell me Mrs. Baker wasn't killed.
She jumped.
Over a 4-foot railing? Yeah.
What are you getting at?
How old was your wife, Mr. Baker?
Close to 70. Why?
Pretty good health physically?
Why, yes, of course.
You say you were in the house and neither one of you gave Mrs. Baker a push off that balcony, Connie?
Of course.
Are you sure you weren't out putting 2 bullets in a cheap thug named Nat Fox?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Rick, what is this?
Who has the money in the family, Mr. Baker?
Why, my wife did.
And who does it go to in event of a death?
To me, naturally.
Naturally. Walt, Mrs. Baker couldn't have taken those jewels. She was too much of an amateur. Helen and I spotted her swiping stockings at 50 paces. Whoever did lift those rocks was a professional thief.
Well, why couldn't my wife have hired Fox to do the job?
Who said anything about Fox doing the job?
Why, you did.
Harry.
Shut up.
I just said that Nat Fox was dead and that I thought Connie killed him.
I didn't kill anybody.
You were just coming back from it when you bumped into us. You hadn't even taken your hat off, and you were still carrying your purse.
I was just going out.
Let me see that purse.
You stay away from that.
Anything in it?
Yeah, well, no gun, but she probably threw it in the river. Nice handkerchief.
I'll sue you, Diamond.
Look at the handkerchief, Walt.
It's sticky.
Give me that.
Sit down, lover.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought there was a chair there. It's sticky, all right, Walt. That's gum.
And gum on the jewels. She must have picked them up.
Yeah, right after Nat Fox stuck them somewhere.
Oh, you're both crazy. She was here with me all day.
Yeah. George.
Yes, Mr. Diamond.
Who's this person?
You just relax. I want to find out what's going on, too.
Well, George?
Yes, sir. That girl was in the shop right after Mrs. Baker.
That's a lie. I wasn't. I didn't kill anybody.
One of you hired Fox to steal the jewels, then you picked them up and brought them to Baker here. You killed Fox to keep his mouth shut.
I did not. Yes, she did.
Harry!
We might as well tell them. You're right, but I didn't kill my wife. I can't get first-degree murder.
Why, you dirty old man. You did kill her. You told me you were going to. You were up there and you pushed her off.
Try to prove it. She jumped.
No, she didn't. There was a 4-foot railing all around that porch.
Well, she could have climbed it.
That's right, Rick. She could have, but you should keep in touch with her doctor, Mr. Baker. When I was in the store today, I spotted your wife with a cane.
A cane?
Yes. Dr. Bischoff said she didn't want to tell you about it because she didn't want you to worry.
Didn't want me to worry about what?
She had arthritis, Mr. Baker. And Dr. Bischoff said she could barely walk upstairs, let alone climb over a 4-foot railing. He also told me that under the conditions, her age and everything, she couldn't have lasted more than a year. You were in too much of a hurry. Okay, Walt, you run with the ball from here on. I got a date.
Rick,
Hmm?
you didn't tell me what you did after you left me this afternoon.
Oh, I just fooled around with Walt for a while to kill the time. By the way, what did you finally get for Francis?
Oh, I got him something in the newest fashion. It's called the Bold Look.
What?
It was pretty ghastly, but he loved it.
Oh, tell me what you got him.
Well, a purple suit.
Non-shrinkable.
Yes, how did you know?
It figured. Go on.
A green shirt, one of those hand-painted ties. Rick, where are you going?
Oh, I can't stand it.
Oh, that's wonderful. What is it, Rick?
What is it? I thought you were supposed to be bugged on South Pacific.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Yep. Goes on next to closing, right after Fink's Mules.
It does?
You better get those tickets again. See what it's all about.
Well, give me a preview.
You'll hate me in the morning.
There's an answer for that.
Yeah. Younger than springtime are you, softer than starlight are you, warmer than winds of June are the gentle lips you gave me, gayer than laughter are you, sweeter than music are you, angel and lover, heaven on earth are you to me. And when your youth and joy invade my arms and fill... Hey, what's that?
What?
That, standing in the corner.
Oh, Francis. That's Francis, Rick.
What are the odds?
Oh, yes, sir. It's me.
Now, Rick, be careful what you say. That's the new Bold Look.
Well, turn it off. It's getting bilious.
Don't you like it, sir?
Now, Rick.
No, well, Francis, I think it's... yes, it certainly is.
I think it's rather gay, don't you, sir?
The gayest.
Oh, my goodness, I forgot something.
Does it look like a stomach pump?
Forgot something?
Yes, miss. The outfit wouldn't be complete without them.
Well, hurry up. I'm going to black out any minute.
What did you forget, Francis?
The spats.
Spats?
Yes, sir. Seersucker spats. And they were lovely.
You have just heard transcribed Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Lorene Tuttle, Joseph Kearns, Peter Leeds, and Joe Forte. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards. Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.